Welcome, everybody. So good evening from wherever you are, or good morning or good afternoon, because I know that we have a large number of people here from all around the world. My name is Gussie Toby Lord Williams. I'm a lawyer and a reputation management consultant here in Nigeria. I'm super happy to be your host today. All right, so Knowledge Hub, I'm super excited about the theme specifically. It says discovering your purpose, and no better person to be our special guest today than the one and only Jimi Tewe. I like to call him my papi. This man is loaded, and I'm sure that we're ready to have an amazing time. So this is not one of the Zoom sessions you come on and you just go the same way you came. You're going to leave differently. I have here already my writing materials and my pen. So I want you to do the same thing. Get your writing materials, get your pen, because trust me, you know, if you carry everything for head, you will have to write some things. You have to jot things down. So real quick, everybody, get a pen and a paper, or a jotter, more specifically, that you can jot things down from, because you're going to be living here power packed. So real quick, I'm just going to introduce our amazing guest for today. His name is Jimi Tewe. He is a human capacity expert in HR consulting, senior HR management positions, career and executive coaching, and in providing bespoke learning interventions to organizations in various industries. He's an international sought-after speaker who has graced several platforms within and outside Nigeria, including the Harvard Business School, Boston, USA. He has been recognized as one of the 100 most influential Africans, Nigerians, and has won several awards for his work done in the personal development space. I'm a testimony to that. He's the CEO of the Jimi Tewe Company, a human capacity development firm focused on providing effective people solutions to organizations across different industries. Jimi has worked at senior management levels in the banking industry, specifically in United Bank for Africa, that's UBA, and Bank PhD, now the Keystone Bank. At various times, he functioned as head of recruitment, head of performance management, and head of organizational development. Is somebody snapping their finger and clapping their hands? This is mind-blowing. Jimi is a certified job evaluator and emotional and social competence intelligence specialist with the Hay Group of South Africa, and has attended several training programs covering business management, improving staff performance, to mention but a few. Are you clapping in the comment section? Let me just run through this real quick. He has an extensive consulting experience, having worked with Accenture and Restaurant Consulting at various times. As a workforce engagement specialist, Jimi has worked with several organizations in designing and implementing interventions that have strengthened collaborations and productivity at the leadership level and staff commitment across organizations towards goal achievement and reorientation. Jimi's trainings ensures that each client's unique need is assessed and that solutions are designed to meet their needs. As an international speaker, Jimi speaks to individuals at events and corporate interventions on several insightful topics which inform and inspire them at the same time. Some of his clients include MTN, Access Bank, GT Bank, Fry's Land Campina, IHS Towers, Cardinal Stone Partners, except, let me just mention a few. No need to make mouth. Let me mention a few. Beyond speaking at events, Jimi Tewe has also pioneered several events and have grown over the years. He has the National Youth Entrepreneurship Summit held in partnership with the Office of the Secretary to the Federal Government, the CEO Masterclass, the 7-Star Worker Conference, to mention but a few again. Real quick, I'm just going to say he is a coach and he's a member of the American Association of Career Coaches, and his strong passion for seeing emerging careers and businesses grow into institutions has resulted in him coaching young CEOs and working professionals towards achieving and even surpassing their goals. In addition to this, to his coaching individuals, Jimi has also been involved in designing career coaching intervention for corporate clients. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if your video is on, I want to see your hand. Please, a round of applause for the amazing special guest you have today, Mr. Jimi Tewe. All right, see, some of us are already sweating because it's hot. It's getting hot by reading his bio. You're welcome, sir. So real quick, we have our host for today.
Yes.
An amazing person. I mean, somebody that has put himself, he's standing in the gap for a lot of young people. Somebody that has decided to say, I want to see 1 million young people. I want to see their lives change in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. He has brought himself out to do this, and God is using him to do this. His name is Mr. Abioye. Okay, real quick, I'll run through his bio. Abioye is a business consultant and trainer with core competence in new business development and sectoral research. He has previously worked at the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, that's SMEDAN, as a training administrator. 1 minute, guys. And he was one of the founding staff of Learning Impact Nigeria, where he served as the head of business development unit. Wow. Now you see the kind of person bringing us together. He's the founder of the Lifestyle Asset Hub, a knowledge and wealth creation company, and he creates a major disruption in the global real estate sector. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm almost fainting here because we have amazing people. I'm just going to hand over real quick to Mr. Abioye, okay? So he can start off this session. Welcome, Mr. Jimi Tewe.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Lottie. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Lottie, for that great introduction. I'm super excited, and I need us to go straight to the business of the day. You know, today's session is very important, and like Lottie rightly said, this is not just one of those Zoom meetings. There is a purpose for this. And by the way, the theme for today is achieving your real purpose. I achieved my own purpose September 2011, and my life changed. As a matter of fact, the day I achieved my purpose, I became very dangerous. Okay, and some of you are going to leave this meeting today very, very dangerous. And I'm so delighted that we have the great Jimi Tewe that will be leading us in this conversation. Now, because of our time, I just want us to go straight, okay, to the content for today. And I want to encourage us, please have your P-Square ready, your pen and paper. Then right after Mr. Jimi Tewe's session, I have some very special announcement for every one of you. It's a unique community we're about to start today. Today is historic. September 26, 2021 is going to go down in history or as the day that young Africans came together to change the course of our continent through knowledge acquisition and the right application of the knowledge, because something great is about to happen. And I really want to encourage every one of you to please stay away from all forms of distraction, listen closely. And I'm so grateful to Jimi Tewe for accepting to show up today. I can say this to every one of you, he has well over 4 different sessions today, and is someone that is highly sought after. And for us at Project 40 Knowledge Up, we're so delighted. So Mr. Jimi, all the way from the United States of America, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abioye. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for the initiative. Thank you, Lottie. It's good to see you and hear from you also. Great, and thank you everybody for being a part of this. My name is Jimi Tewe, and I am quite excited. I mean, I've known Mr. Abioye for a bit. The last time we saw was at an event sometime in Lagos. That was about 3 months ago, and all that. And I'm looking forward to the many things we're going to be doing going forward. But you know, when he reached out to me and gave me the opportunity to be able to speak about purpose, I got very excited because that is one topic that is very, very paramount to what I do. I mean, Lottie has done a great job in terms of, you know, trying to tell you a bit about, my experience in the past. But I think that if there's any one thing that you would probably hear about me in the future, is the guy that just wants people to live with a consciousness of purpose. And that's what it is that I do, whether I do it in the corporate space or whether I do it in Nigeria or out of Nigeria. That's my main motivation. And I'm just going to speak for a few minutes, and we're going to have some questions and answers, and then we'll move on. And please, I urge you to stay to the end, because I'm sure that knowing Mr. Abioye, I know that he has great stuff that, he's going to talk to you about it. And I love the fact that this is a community, meaning that it doesn't just end here. It actually just starts here. So I urge you to stay to the end. Now, if anybody asks me about purpose, the very simple thing that I can easily say is that it's the intent. And today it's not really about just purpose. It's about, something about, the age of 40. So Mr. OK reached that age not too long ago. And usually I've heard this statement. How many of you have heard the statement before that a fool at 40 is a fool forever? All right. Well, it's not that strong. In my own days, it was a very big deal, almost quotable, just like a scripture and all that. But the idea behind it is this, that if you've not gotten a grasp of life, by the age of 40, the propensity for you to waste the rest of your life increases significantly. In other words, 40 years is enough to be able to achieve a degree of clarity about your why for living. And if you don't have a why for living, you're going to do many whats with many who's in many wheres, but you'll never really achieve the why for your existence. And, very simply put, it's the word intent. And again, I need to put this up front. When you begin to talk about the subject of purpose, there are two perspectives you can speak to it from. First is either from an evolution perspective. The other perspective is from the creation perspective. Now, I am a creation perspective person because I believe that you can't look as good as Lord T, as good as Mr. Abioye, and just came by evolution. In fact, as good as yourself, all right? It would take a lot of faith to believe that you came by the coming together of particles and molecules and ingredients over millions of years, and now we're here. And then, by the way, if this is true by virtue of evolution, man should have gone. I remember that, image of the little monkey, then the bigger monkey, all the way to becomes a man. By now, over time, we should have gone beyond the man to maybe a man with wings. But they'll tell you, oh, that will now stabilize. Well, whether it's evolution or creation, my premise is creation. And the idea behind it is that we are here with the privilege of life, but with the responsibility to deliver what we came, the capacity that we carry. Now, I don't want to make it too complex. And so I'm just going to, my teachings or what I'm going to talk about today will be from two premises. One, from a theological, but in an understandable, way. The other perspective will be from a scientific point of view. Maybe I should start with the scientific point of view. And science essentially is just basically, experimentation and also observation. So the things created today are premised on observation. Who's the gentleman that sat under a tree and then the apple fell? And by observation, they realized there's a force called gravity. And then today we're now talking about the force of gravity today. That wasn't a creation, that was an observation, and that was part of science. So there's a degree of knowing your purpose that comes by observation. Then there's also that part of it, and from a scientific point, that comes through exploration. In fact, a lot of us have discovered a lot about ourselves the more we have given ourselves to explore who we are. And I think one of the biggest challenges that people face, particularly in Africa, is the culture of fear that is introduced very early in life that makes you not adventurous. The fact about it is that your future is in your adventure. I'll tell you that. All right. You can't live a regular life and just end with a super story. Think about any movie that is there. There has to be some twist plots. There's going to be some, unpredictable situation and all that. And that's what makes a movie riveting, that makes you want to watch it for 2 hours or more. The same thing also, your life will be bland if you are not willing to walk on the water, if you're not willing to go beyond your fear. A lot of us that are watching this have installed fear. Fear, by the way, is a learned competence, all right? We have installed fear that is on the inside of us, and if we don't uninstall it or live life in spite of fear, we're going to have huge challenges. I used to be a senior manager in the banking sector in Nigeria. At the age of 29, I became a senior manager. I was earning almost $1 million per month in 2008, 2009. I had gotten a house and all that. But the adventure that was ahead of me was to pursue a possibility of becoming a speaker that will be global, that has reached being able to utilize his gift of the God to be able to transform lives. I would have remained in that job, all right, and I would have made some, you know what they call progress. You have 2 houses, you have 2 jeeps, you can go on vacation and stuff like that. But I would not have explored who I could be without being willing to go beyond my fear. So at some point in life, if you are going to discover purpose, you are going to have to go beyond your fear. So these are the 2 dimensions of science in terms of purpose, observation, and also exploration. Okay. The other part to it is the theological side of it, where the idea that God created you in for a reason and also in a season. I tell people that if I came in maybe 2 centuries ago, I'll have been worthless because the design of my intelligence, the design of who I am, the way that I think and all those kind of things will be irrelevant. I require a particular kind of environment to be able to thrive. And that's why I was deployed in this time, are we together, for me to be able to add value to my own generation. And so it's very critical that you are aware that you are not a mistake of whatever circumstance of life, that you are here because you are needed now, but you must also remember you will never be here forever. Some other set of people are going to come on the scene. And if you don't, while you are alive, live life intentionally and live life purposely, what you will have done is committed yourself to 2 other dimensions that people pursue life with. Many people, most of the world pursue survival. That is the reason for they're living. Their goal is to make it. Their goal is to, just to have enough to survive. This world is terrible. I did not ask to be born, and all those kind of things. So their perspective to life is really about survival. There's also another dimension, which is a higher degree of survival, but it's now competition. And so the goal is to be better than somebody else. That is the premise for how they live on a day-to-day basis. But you and I know that no matter how better you become, there's going to be someone better than you. And so it's a rat race that never ever ends. You want to be the richest. Somebody will be richer than you. That's just the way life is. You want to be the most beautiful woman. I don't care what it is. At a point in time, somebody will be more beautiful than you. So again, while there's no problem in terms of advancement, you must understand your greatest competition is not with anybody on this platform, but with yourself. You have to be better tomorrow than you are today. And the ideology of purpose allows you to be able to fulfill that reality. So very quickly, what are therefore some ways that you can actually begin to discover this thing called purpose? Mr. Abioye began to talk about how he was able to discover a huge dimension of his purpose about when he achieved certain things and all that. And somebody saying, one big question. So I posted interestingly something on purpose today on Instagram, and I said, ask me a question. Somebody says, well, how do we discover purpose? And so the first perspective has its root in a bit of theology, and it's the idea that if God is the creator, then God understands the intent for which he made you. And if therefore is the creator, then therefore it means that you have to predispose yourself to a relationship with him. I have that through Christ Jesus, through a relationship with him, and through that you are able to have encounters or experiences that throw light on the reason for your being. So in 2001, for example, I'd been hearing about 2 years before then, I started getting exposed to Miles Monroe materials because of the circle of people I was working with. They were reading books in that regard. And I remember I read Understanding Your Potential. And one day in 2001, the month of April, I remember that I just boarded in my introspective mode. I'm praying silently and I say to my creator, and I said, look, I don't know why I'm around. At that time, I was studying agricultural economics, a course I just picked. I wanted to do medicine because my uncle was a rich person. He was a doctor. That was the real reason I wanted to do medicine and all those kind of things. But eventually I saw that they read a lot. So I moved to agric. It can't be difficult to put corn in the ground and to grow, right? So that was the thing that was my premise for getting into agricultural economics. And agricultural economics, but that was the truest agric course. I'm serious, that was the premise for how I got to that course. So here I am now, on a journey that I don't know where it's going, which I know that we're not where we started. But I'm asking questions about my future. And I say to God, can you talk to me about that? And April 24, 2001, I had an encounter. So there are encounters that you can have with God, which will come a lot when He begins to see that you truly have a desire to know. Now, let me say this to you. Now, when it comes to Him, when your motivation for asking is simply because you want to use it as an avenue to blow, that thing is still competition. He doesn't get himself involved in that. But when He sees that your motivation is to be all that He has made you to be, is for you to deliver all that He has put on the inside of you, there's a tendency that you're going to likely experience that dimension of Him. So ask, you shall receive. It's a simple principle in the kingdom of God. All right. The other perspective is the experiences. So what happens that God can take you through experiences of life that begin to unveil to you the reason for your existence. Are we together? And if you are able to take a look back, somebody said it this way, that we live life, we live life forward, but we understand it backwards. What does that mean? Looking back, you can understand. Are we together? Even though we're living forward. So sometimes one of the ways you can actually begin to discover your why is by looking back at your life, looking at your experiences. Every experience is valuable. Can I even shock you? Even the one you are the one that caused it and caused the mistake. There is value in the past. The biggest thing you can mine from your past are lessons. Regrets or emotional connection are a waste of time. You look back and you can now look forward where that is concerned. All right. So those are the dimensions. Now, beyond the spiritual dimension, also, there's another dimension of discovering purpose around discovering your relevance. All right. The elements, and let's look very quickly at some certain elements of presence. I mean, for something, this is my phone here, its purpose is clear by design, its purpose is clear by function. Do you get my point? So if you had a conversation and you talk to Siri on my phone, I don't know whether I can answer. I never bothered to ask. People want to ask Siri, what's your purpose? Maybe you'll answer me. We're together. But if Siri was a real person and Siri could respond to me, Siri will tell you something about the fact that I'm in your life to be able to connect you to people, to keep you informed. It will tell me things like that. And so one of the key things you want to know in terms of relevance is, look at the dimensions of your life that you are able to be relevant in. Elements of presence include knowledge, all right? When people say, oh, go and meet Abioye, he knows. Knowledge actually creates relevance. Do you get my point? And there are certain things we know either by our education, by experiences, that protect or they allow us to become relevant and many times are pointers to our purpose. So there are things that I have gone through and I realize that in going through them, they have actually empowered me to be able to deliver a whole lot of my purpose. So what do you know? And I'm not just talking about what have you crammed. I'm saying, what do you know? What do you understand? Because a lot of that determines the kind of relevance that you are able to pull or use in life. The other part of it are the skills, your abilities. What can you do? So there are innate abilities, there are learned abilities by life, by going through life. And some of those things are pointers. So they tell you that what do you like to do that you can do without thinking twice about it. You can do it in low pay. Those are pointers. Are we together? Now, they're pointers, but ultimately, you're still going to have some deep introspection to understand your big why. Let me keep going on. If not, I'll keep talking forever. The other one is your impact in terms of relevance, your impact. All right. So when it comes to knowledge, it is you hear things like, oh, go to her. She knows something. All right. When it comes to skills, go to him. He can do this for you. When it comes to impact, oh, they can help you with this. And I tell people that this is one of the big things. In fact, my next session is a session I'm talking about impact. All right. Because I realized that one of the biggest things that enable you to get clarity about your relevance. The impact of a thing is known more by its absence. When that thing leaves, we know its value when it's present. So the thing about it is that when you leave your organization for any good reason, we will know your impact by your absence. If they don't feel your absence, you have no impact. And you have no relevance to the organization. That's what we're talking about. And those are really, pointers you want to probably look at. The other part to it is that in discovering purpose, beyond relevance is fulfillment. what do you do that gives you fulfillment? All right. I mean, and this is where you also look back in your past. I realized I used to work in United Bank for Africa. And I remember those early days. I would be in my office from about 6:30 a.m. We had used coppers and about 8 or to 10 of them, and they would be in my office from 6:30 till 7:30 because or just about 7:30 because we resume 7:30. And what am I talking about? Your future. You can be great. You know you are this and all that. And just that, by 7:30 in the morning, I'm full. Then I'll now resume for my job that I have to do that pays bills. And I struggle through it sometimes. Initially, it was fun because any new thing you do is fun. But after a while, I was struggling with it. And I realized that, you know what, Jimmy, this thing you are doing between 6:30 and 7:30, and you'll be doing it from 7:30 to 9:30. That's what I do today. What I'm doing right now, I'm not working, I'm playing. I'm telling you, I'm teaching you about purpose. I'm not working, you know, the concept of working. Now, I'm playing hard, while for somebody is, you know, this concept about working hard and all that. Then the other part to it is contentment, all right? Now, when you're not comparing yourself with others, who are you? You see, the pressure of the younger generation, even this generation, is really the challenge of comparison, all right? When you are by yourself, what gives you contentment? Are we together? I'm content when people tell me and say, Jimmy, thank you for the advice, counsel. Those are the elements of my purpose that I've embraced fully, okay? So I wanted to share that. Now, the big deal is not even knowing your purpose, really, but it's about living a sense of purpose. You to know is great, but to do is more important, all right? And that's where the rubber meets the road. And so basically, 3 or 4 ideas of thoughts I wanted to share as I wrap up is that in living with a sense of purpose, I think that's the most important thing I can do. It's not about just, oh, let me know my purpose now. Then after that, no, it's living daily with a sense of purpose. That is more powerful. So there are 4 dimensions I want you to think about. The first dimension is time consciousness. The fact that you are in your 40s, almost 40, and if you look at the average lifespan, great, most people will probably live to maybe 80, few will go to 90, and few will get to 100, and very, 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 very few will cross 100. So if you took 80 as a benchmark, at 40, you have about half of your life. And at half of your life, you now begin to think about life seriously. The earlier you think about life seriously, the better for you, by the way. And that's the challenge. Some people don't think about life seriously until life is about to end. That's the huge challenge. And the thing about it is to live life daily. I mean, I read something that Fela Doto posted today, and I think that, you know, just that example gives you a concept of that. And what it was saying was that I was on an Ethiopian airline flight, coming back to Nigeria from the United States. I think that was last week or something. And then the air hostess walks up to him. She says to him, Happy New Year. And it's like, this is September. Happy New Year. What do you mean by that? She says, yeah, Happy New Year. Oh, that Ethiopian calendar, this is actually the beginning of the new year. And then he began to realize again that we don't all use the same calendar. The Jews, you know, those that do Judaism, don't use our calendar. I hope you know that. The Chinese don't use our calendar. They have their own new year and separate day. And one thing they say is that even though our new years are different, 2 things that are always constant are today and now. The man or woman that knows how to maximize today and now is the one that is able to leverage time. Calendars are really worthless. It is the only thing you ever have in your life. You can't have tomorrow today. You can only have today now. So you have today. It is how you maximize today that determines your outcome tomorrow. It is how you maximize now that determines your outcome tomorrow. So if you are able to leverage these 2 anchors, you do excellent. So the first one is time consciousness. The second one is clarity consciousness. Listen to me. You will get confused along the journey. Just like any journey, you're going to think, oh, do I go left? Do I go right? And all that. But you see, the ability you have to be able to navigate, being able to know, okay, do I go left or right? Now, there are a few things that help me. Number one, have mentors, people that have been ahead, so I can ask questions. Those things help a lot. I think the other, more important thing that enables me is, you know, having clarity of what God has spoken to me about, where my heart is. It says, where your heart is, there your treasure will be. Will be is futuristic. So what you're looking for is will be, but one of the major guides is your heart. So even though everybody is, you know, into crypto and all that, I can participate in that, but I'm not going to go and sit down, leave everything I built to go and create a crypto exchange. I have no business doing that because there's nothing in my purpose when it's concerned. So living with some dimension of clarity will help you to say no to some good things and right to the right things all the time. Are we together? So you must have systems to be able to get clarity. Look, the more you stay in the domain of confusion, the longer you spend in the place you ought not to be. The earlier you get clarity, the better it's going to be. All right? Then number 3 is intentional relationships. We, by nature, are relational. But you see, you must now become a custodian of the relationships that you are going to utilize in life. You have to realize you are going to have to be selective around your spaces. If you are going to advance, because you don't move faster than the pack that you're a part of. Are we together? So when Abioye is speaking about the community, I love that idea. Why? Because he's saying, look, I moved from being the guy carrying stuff, at the local construction site. Today, I now have a construction organization. We're doing luxury stuff and all that. Oh, that sounds great. So you are able, I don't roll with everybody, but guess what? The concept of purpose lets me know those I need to roll with. 2 weeks ago, I left, I'm in Atlanta now. I left Atlanta and I went to New York. Why? One of my mentors was there. I mean, the conversation was 1.5 hours maximum. I flew from here, stayed in a hotel. I spent almost $1,000. That's on why I understand relationships. I came back from that meeting on that plane, writing some things, making some adjustments in that regard. You have to be intentional about your relationships. And the last dimension is an awareness of a bigger agenda. And let me tell you, that's the last thing I'm going to say, that your purpose is a subset in God's purpose. The biggest deal is God at the end of the day, because in the beginning, he created heavens and earth. So everything started with him. He has an agenda. And so the more conscious you become that what you are doing is plugging into something, you will take your responsibilities a lot more seriously, because you now begin to understand that when it gives you instructions at a particular time, though they are not convenient, they are in alignment with his bigger plan. And let me say this to you, the world is always ruled by bigger plans, agendas. There's God's agenda. There are people have agendas. Nigeria is a product of some people's agenda, whether you like it or not. Now, this is the thing that is there. People that are able to deal in agenda are the ones that control the world. It requires a deeper level of thinking, a greater consciousness of purpose. To my point, these things are very, very critical. So it will also keep you humble to realize that you are just in a puzzle, you're just a chip there. So you don't begin to think you are everything. You are not all in all. But you understand that a puzzle will never be complete without that one chip. So you are relevant, as it were. So you are able to play your part where that is concerned. All right. So I've spoken broadly and all that. Let me just wrap up now. I hope what I've said has been of benefit to you. Thank you, Abioye.
Thank you so very much, JT. That was so super insightful, and I thank you for those nuggets you just gave us, and I really love those 4 critical points you concluded with, where you spoke about time consciousness, and I love that powerful phrase, that calendars are worthless until we develop the ability to leverage today and the now. That was so powerful, JT. And you spoke about clarity, consciousness, intentional relationship. And that's where most people get it wrong in terms of the quality of relationships they have around them. Then, of course, you spoke about the awareness of a bigger picture. Now, I have some questions for you, but before I proceed, I have 2 questions on the chat session. And there's Efe, thank you for that question. Efe is asking that, how do we balance what you love doing and do well to paying your bills, especially if you are not good in doing the business part of your passion?
All right.
JT, I don't know if you grab that question.
I mean, very quickly, I would say this to you, that the concept of purpose and the concept of money, they are not the same. Not everybody will be able to make money in doing their purpose. Not everybody. Some can, but not everybody will. Pick my point. Some people will have to do something else to fund their reason for existence. And there are many, many stories in that regard. There are people today that we know them as philanthropists. Do you know that Bill Gates is not trying to be known as the CEO of Microsoft? He's trying to be known as a philanthropist, the guy that changed Africa. So that's why it's always flying to Africa. But you see, the funding for that came by what he did with his job. Now, again, I'm not one of the people that will say things like, oh, having a job, they are paying you to forget your dreams. Not true. Some people are going to have a job. You just have to know yourself and have clarity on the path that enables you to become a job or entrepreneurship. A path, you just have to find out which one of them enables you to become. Sometimes a job can become a restriction in enabling you to become. Sometimes a business can restrict you becoming because you are not really cut out for that. Are we together? Now, understanding money is even different, you see, because no matter how anointed you are, your life will be very annoying if you don't understand money. Money is simple to make. Money is simply the reward you get for value delivered. So what that means is that if you want more money to your job, you have to position yourself to add more value, either in your organization or your industry, your nation, or the world. It's that simple. So you are not satisfied with the money you are making. I'm telling you, you need a bit more money intelligence. Not just financial intelligence. You can be reading figures and money intelligence. You need to know how to make money, how money works. So if I am a data analyst, for example, in the business intelligence space, I sit down and I look at who are making money in this place. Oh, this is the qualification they have. This is what they're looking for. Then I go and get it and I'll position myself, go for it, pray, I get it, and I get more money. It's not rocket science. The same thing in your business. You want to ensure that you improve yourself to know how to. So making money is a skill separate from your purpose. That you are, listen to me. I quoted something online. I said, purposeless money is dangerous. And I also said, moneyless purpose is frustrating. I'll say that again. Purposeless money, meaning you have plenty of money, but there's no purpose. You'll be doing no man. I'm telling you, will shock yourself. Money, if you become a billionaire without purpose, you will do strange stuff, things you cannot tell other people to do or that you are doing. All right. So that's the problem. So you understand that money is a tool in the journey of purpose. The other dimension is you are now in purpose, but you don't have money, you'll be frustrated. And that's simply because you don't understand that. So please go and learn about how to make money. Humble yourself, how to make money. Go and meet people. Is there anybody making money? Abioye is making money. Abioye, how do you make money? All right? And start from somewhere and grow your capacity so that you are able to respond to the ideas, inspiration, and instructions that God will give you in your journey of purpose.
Wow, wow, wow. For me, I think every young African must watch a replay of this very session because JT has said a lot of striking things, for me, my life is changing again, and he said purposeless money is dangerous and moneyless purpose is frustrating. So because you cannot help the poor by being part of them, that's the simple truth. Okay, and I just want to support the point he made. Okay, sometimes your passion might not give you the money you are looking for. Okay, and for me, what I'm doing right now is taking my purpose to the next level. I like to impact. I like to give. Okay, but I cannot give if I'm poor. So I ask myself, what can I do to fund my purpose? And I discover real estate. Okay, for me, real estate is the tool to funding my purpose. Okay, because I know without the profit from real estate, I can't really fulfill my purpose. And you will come to discover my real purpose again in the next 1 year. And I really want to encourage every one of us on this call, 87 of us, okay, to hold on and be part of this community for the next 1 year. Because all our lives, including mine, will be changing. And I'm going to explain why this is going to be so. Now, JT, sorry, before you run, I know you have another session very shortly. Rita is asking a question. She's saying that, can you shed more light on how to stay motivated amidst chaos? Because even while it's good to stay working, irrespective of the circumstances surrounding building a sustainable brand, how do we stay motivated and still make our impact felt? I think our concern is motivation or staying motivated amidst chaos. This is a very important question, JT.
All right, great. I wish I had more time to answer this question, but I'll just try to see how I can hit it very quickly. When it comes to chaos, there are at least two dimensions you must consider. There is the creation of chaos, and there's the management of chaos. Now, if you understand things deeply, you would understand that you are the one that creates the chaos in your life. Sorry, let me cover my eyes. All right. And that's the truth about it. All right. What I mean by that is this: that if you understand the way that you are designed to operate, you'd understand that nothing can happen in your life without your permission. That there might be things that are running in your life that you are not aware of that is creating a lot of the chaos. Chaos, I see a lot of people that have very chaotic, lives. And now in life, there are two types of chaos. There's the one that happens to you, and there's the one that you make happen because of what you are pursuing. A lot of people are victims of, life is happening to me. No, at some point, they're going to have to rise above life and create a different kind of chaos. Chaos in the direction of where you want to go to. Do you get my point? So if I don't have time, but you must understand that the production center of peace or chaos is in your soul. Yes. All right. That's why it says, guard your heart with all diligence, for your life proceeds out of it. So if what you're seeing is chaos, I'm telling you, you are chaotic inside. If what you're seeing is peace, even though, and that's why Abioye can be on a project, and in the middle of the project, he needs $50 million, but he has peace, even though he's in chaos, because he's operating peace on the inside of him. In fact, if there's anything that God's word tells you, it says that when you're able to go in trials and temptation, it says, cast your cares upon him. I mean, you will notice that everything it says, the God of all peace will make your heart. It doesn't will change your life. It will make there to be peace in your heart, because God understands that when there's peace inside, you can speak peace to it. You can actually say things to things outside, peace be still, and then there'll be a change. So that's one perspective. The other perspective is now you are in the middle of chaos and being able to manage it. The first thing you must do is understand you don't react to chaos, you respond to it. And that requires a higher level of awareness of life, where you know that no matter what happens, at the end of the day, we'll be okay. No matter what happens. Some people don't believe that. Some people believe, that is. Now, I believe now, for example, as I'm talking to you right now, there's one chaos I am inside, all right? And, I'll probably talk about this at some point in time. And I'm like, how did I get myself here? But in the middle of it, now that chaos, there's some things that are going through that will wake you up. It woke me up 4 a.m. this morning. My eye was open. Do you get my point? But what did I do? I utilized what I understand. I began to thank God in the middle of the chaos. And in the middle, I just got an idea. Oh, you want to do this? Why don't you try this? Because you see, chaos either moves you to worry or moves you to thinking. One of the two directions. All right, are we together? So that's the thing that you want to be. So to manage chaos, you think about, first and foremost, is yourself. You must rise above it. The second part of it about it is that you must also realize that there's always help around you. Living life alone is dangerous. That's why the right communities are very critical in the times that we're living in. So well done, Abioye, with this initiative you're about to talk about and to launch. And I urge everybody to be a part of it. Now, I've been in situations where I wasn't sure what to do. And I just had to go and speak to somebody. And usually, where I'm trying to go to, somebody is there already. Are we together? And that's why we talk about relationships and all that. So Abioye will tell you about many times people that are like mentors to him. And I have people say, oh no, I don't believe on this mentor thing. It's okay. I don't believe. And it is unto you according to your belief. That's just life. But you see that some places you will get to, you need help. Are we together? So the last dimension, of course, in chaos is your walk with God. All right? The stronger it is, and the more real it is, it says, I will be with you in trouble. So that trouble is chaos. So his presence is guaranteed, even though I'm in chaos. And that gives me confidence, because that will keep him in what? Perfect peace, whose mind is not on the problem, but is stayed on thee because he trusts in thee. So that speaks a lot about your relationship and trust with God and all this. So that's what I advise where that is concerned.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, JT. If your question was answered, so I will encourage you to just watch a replay, then you see the right person. Because of time, I will not want JT to go back to responding again. Now, JT, finally, before you run, listen to you carefully. You use two very critical words. One is intentional. Second is introspecting. Okay. Intent is good to be intentional. We all know that, because it requires high level of discipline. If it's even asking, how do we become disciplined? Probably you just chip into that as you give us this parting response to this question. Now, how best can we become more intentional? Okay, and because meditation gave me responses to a lot of my questions, and I like the fact that you kept using the word God too, because as young entrepreneurs, workplace professionals, we must not jettison the role of the God factor from our lives. Because when you pray, you talk to God. When you meditate, you listen to God. And introspecting, meditating, they are closely related. So I just want you to part by giving some extra punch on how we can become more intentional, because after discovering your purpose, it takes high level of being intentional to apply and to, like you said, it's not just about discovering, but it's about putting it to work, you know, and the role of introspecting. So JT, finally, I know, not to worry, guys, I know JT has got to go shortly. And that's why we are setting up a WhatsApp group. Once in a while, we'll be inviting him. We'll be coming in and out of that WhatsApp group to share some good insight. And JT, as you wrap up this, I know you have a lot of programs, you know, that you run on a weekly, monthly basis, you know, and I will want you to, I know you are very kind, you know, by nature, you know, and this unique community we are building, we require all the support we all need, okay? And you are one of the mentors we've identified, okay? So, and I will need that for people to know that the benefit of being on this Project 14 Knowledge Hub is the fact that I have a special discount anytime I want to go into any of JT's events, either physical or virtual. So I just wanted to wrap everything all together as part of your parting statement, sir.
All right, thank you. I think that I'll just hinge my conversation on the word discipline. And I know when I'm not being disciplined in my life, you know, I know when I'm a bit off tangent, you know, and I know that if I allow my life to consistently remain off tangent, I will arrive where I didn't desire. And so one of the responsibilities of the Spirit of God on the inside of you, or one of the abilities that it helps you to get back beyond your own energy, to get back into the domain of discipline. Listen to me, discipline is not about hard work. It's about being in a state where you can be highly productive. Think about it, the same you that they give you a target and they say to you, oh, you must submit this thing by Tuesday next week. And then you somehow played, you tried, you did not get it and all that. Then that maybe on Monday they come and say, look, I don't need it Monday. I'm reviewing it to you by 2 o'clock today. All of a sudden, the same you stop picking calls, the same you stop answering anybody, the same you start thinking, you call the right person, and within that time, you deliver what you cannot do. Why? You moved from a zone of not being productive to a zone of being productive. Now, imagine if you lived more from that zone of productivity. That is what discipline is. And you must understand that discipline, to a very large extent, happens in the domain of your mind. Yes, that's where the anchor is. And so you must be therefore able to understand, you know, how to discipline your mind. The Bible calls it the reins of your mind, all right? And so the reins are like the reins of a horse, which you are able to control the direction in which it goes. I'll tell you one of the challenges. There's so much content outside that it is difficult to be disciplined today. Just by waking up, you'll be disciplined. You pick your phone, as I'm here now, you're talking to somebody else, you know? So you have to choose that, all right, I'm going to therefore become a curator of what I expose my mind to. Because I don't have time to teach it, but if you understand that you are a product of your intentional or unintentional exposures, the way that God made man is that man produces whatever he sees consistently. So this is what I tell people that, and this, when I run my programs, I take them through a discipline procedure. That's what I do. And I find that it's not, I mean, a guy said to me, he sent me a message yesterday, he's in the UK right now, he was somewhere in Nasarawa or something like that, and he said he had a desire to go abroad and have his son abroad, studying abroad. He sent me a message 2 days ago. He says, guess what? I am abroad and my son is schooling abroad now, just a year ago, all right? And he said, he was simple, and all I did was, I can't be God. I just need to put you in a domain where God can talk to you. And that's the thing, that the moment we are not willing to commit to this, and that's why most people are average, all right? Think about how you use your time. Think about the quality of the relationship. So the 4 things I spoke about, use them as anchors, all right? Time. How do you use your time? How much time do you spend? And I know that social media is the culprit most times, but it's not only social media. A lot of people are spending their time with their family, too much time. I'm not talking about married people yet. Even married people, you can't become great by just being with your family. It's great. You must apportion time. So what you must understand, for example, is that when you teach time, you teach roles. You have specific roles, a season of your life. This season of my life, I don't have time. My wife comes sometimes and says to me, oh, our children, you know, something is going on in class, and I just thought, I just say, yeah, great. So please focus on it. Because in this season, I'm running conferences globally. I won't have all the time. Now, once in a while, stop, sit with my son, sit with my daughter to be there. But I expect her, because we agreed it. So in this season, and it's not a fight. And there was a season where she was working for about 3 years. I'm the one that would drop the children in school. We didn't get the driver. I would bring them home, because those moments were my mentoring moments and all those kind of things. They will come back home. I'm in my office. They come and do their own work in my office. There was a season, and I played that part, you know, where that is concerned. So use those anchors that will help you, but discipline is the key. Trust me, your next level is tied to the next degree of discipline you are willing to accommodate in your life. In terms of what I'm doing, I'm in Atlanta right now, but I'm going to be in Lagos this weekend, this Friday. All right, I'm going to be in Lagos, and you and I are talking about maybe I want to do something in Abuja. I want to help people in business skill, or anybody that is doing something, not just your job. Or if you want to make your job, you want to like take it exponential to the next level. That's what I love to do. So on Friday, October 1, I know it is Nigeria's birthday, but hey, birthday where there's no takeaway. What kind of birthday is that one? You got a point. So I'm having a session at the 4 Points by Sheraton in Lagos. I think it's from 4:30 in the evening till about 7:30, about 3 hours, where I now elucidate a whole lot more on this, and I can guarantee that anybody that attends that is able to go beyond that. And if we have enough people that, you know, maybe are in Abuja that want to be part of this, you know, just reach out to Abioye and we'll make that happen and all that. And I think there's a $50 ticket on that. And my own dollar is still 500 naira. Okay, it's not black market, it's black and white market. All right, and I realize some people are not in Nigeria, you can actually join online. Just try to find out a bit more details about that. So if you're interested in either Lagos or Abuja, I will give a 20% discount to anybody that comes through Abioye, where that's concerned. So the only way you can get the 20% discount is that I get a list from him today, and you have between today and maybe Tuesday to put your funds together and be a part of that. I'm also going to be in London next week. I have a conference called Exponential Conference, and it's holding at the Doubletree by Hilton, London, Victoria. So those in the UK, fly there, drive there, train there. Do you get my point? 8th is online, live. The live events on the 9th. It is, we have 2 tickets, $49.99, $79.99. On that one, anybody that comes through Abioye. Now you can actually join online for that one also. Super exclusive. I'm not the only speaker. There are Nia Adesoya that Abioye knows will be live there. Bankole Williams, a friend of mine, Olori Boya Jai, and 6 other people that are based in the UK doing amazing things will all be part of it, you know. And by the way, you need to start exposing your mind to global stuff intentionally. All right. So that one is there. But for that one, anybody that wants to join, I will give a 10% discount, but you must come through Abioye also in that regard. So let me stop there at this point.
Thank you. Thank you. Please, on the comments, the chat bar, please kindly just do me a favor by saying, JT, thank you, we love you, JT, thank you. We promise to put all this we promise to apply this, because knowledge without application equals frustration, but knowledge plus application equals greatness. You know, thank you so very much. So for those of you, let me say this to you clearly, we have to be very intentional, especially in our budgeting also. So the things you spend your money on, are they towards you achieving your purpose and becoming great? You know, is very important. As a matter of fact, in the next 5 years, minimum of 40 to 50% of your income, if you like, budget it towards your personal development, okay? For those of us that want to take advantage of the event coming up in Lagos, 1st of October, just send an email tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, okay, to info@project40hub.com. Okay, info, Gabriel, please kindly let me drop that. info@project40hub.com. Just send an email right away. And of course, immediately after this session, I will quickly send the list to JT. And of course, if you are based in Abuja, also tell me that you are more interested in the Abuja session. And it will interest you that we have a couple of people also watching us from the UK that might want to be part of the UK event. Just send an email tonight. And of course, you'll be part of it. It's very key. One of the things that changed my life was my ability to invest in my personal development, because Formal education makes you a living, but self-education makes you a fortune. And to be great, we need to create fortune for ourselves. Because once you know it, you can lose what you have, but you can never lose what you know. Okay, you can only improve. And it's very important that we build a unique tribe of people that don't just joke with the knowledge. So finally, as I wrap up, thank you so much, JT. Let me quickly wrap up by giving us this quick announcement. In 5 minutes about this session will be over. Then, of course, this is going to continue for the next 1 year. Now, this Project 40 Knowledge Hub is not designed for people that are under 40 alone. Okay, we just use 40 as a number, as a key number. Now, if you are below 40 on this call today, I say congrats. Some of you are even below 30. At 25, I was foolish. Some of you are even below 20 on this call. Okay, so your projects must not necessarily be projects. If you are 25, your project should not be less than project 30. If you are 30, develop project 35. Okay, if you are 40, develop project 45, but you must always work alongside a particular project, specially designed to taking you to the next level. Now, very quickly, there's a unique online platform we've created, which is project40hub.com. And we are going to expand the frontier of the effectiveness of that online platform. There is something we call the Project 40 Idea Vault. Okay, the Idea Vault. Now, we are going to share the link with everyone of you. That's why I'm so delighted that virtually every one of you register for this session. If you've not registered, if we don't have your email address, you're about to miss out of something great. Ensure you send an email to info@project40hub.com. Now, this idea vote, all of you that have great ideas, but your challenge is you are looking for funding, you are looking for great investors. We are going to launch what we call an idea vote very shortly, where you put in your ideas. Then what we simply do is that we simply matchmake you with people that love great ideas. Like JT said, to make money is very easy. Okay, you just need to be a carrier of value. So what value do you have in your head that you want to bring to life? Idea Vault is for you. You see why you should be part of this great community? Then, of course, there is what we call the digital portal. Okay, and this digital portal is for you to build your concept, your business. Now, let me say this to you also. This community we are creating is not just for entrepreneurs. Okay, it's for entrepreneurs and workplace professionals, because the simple truth is that everybody cannot become entrepreneurs. We cannot become entrepreneurs, all of us, no. But we can all develop the mindset of entrepreneurs, because with the mindset of an entrepreneur, you will succeed in your career. Your boss will single you out. Then, of course, we have what we call the growth matrix. Okay, we are going to educate you on how the growth matrix works. Now, we want to take an inventory of every one of you that have registered for this Project 40 community. Okay, we want to know your current state financially, the current state of your business. Now, this growth matrix, what it's going to do for you in the next 1 year is that it's simply going to monitor your growth. Now, I will tell you the reward for growing, okay, very shortly. So I want you to get ready to be part of this growth matrix, which is going to be very interesting and going to help you to becoming very, very great. Now, this growth matrix, for those of us that have grown between now and July 2022, okay, between now and July 2022, we are going to receive you and you'll be awarded, okay? You are going to be awarded because this Project 40 Knowledge Hub is going to run every month virtually from today to June 2022. Now, by July 2022, we are going to have a big, mega physical event where we are all going to gather together. We are all going to fly from different parts of the world into an agreed location, and 40 young Africans will be awarded, will be unveiled, will be celebrated. The question is that, would you be one of those 40? Okay, it's about the quality of your growth. And one thing this community is going to do for you is that this community is going to help you monitor your growth effectively, okay? Now, one of the reasons why we are going to award those to be awarded is simply because we have a project tied to what we are doing, which is Project 1 Million. We want to create 1 million jobs between now and July next year. Okay, now what will be your contribution? One of the things we are going to use to monitor your growth is that number of people you've been able to employ, number of families that are feeding as a result of you developing the capacity, the discipline to implementing that great ideas God has placed in your mind, in your womb. Okay, so that simply means that you've supported us in creating 1 million jobs. Okay, 1 million jobs between now and July 2022. Okay, then of course we are going to set up a WhatsApp group. We are going to send a link to the WhatsApp group to every one of you. Now, this WhatsApp group, you will join willingly. We are not going to add anybody. We will just send the link to you by email, then you click and you join. And we're going to keep the WhatsApp group as close as possible. What that means that we're not going to entertain people posting on the WhatsApp group. We just agree on a day, we open up the WhatsApp group, we bring people like Jimi, Tewe, and other members of our faculty. To learn about those on our faculty, please go to Project 40 Knowledge Hub. You'll see great people that are part of our support structure for the next 1 year. You'll be so delighted. Okay, so get ready for a very exciting moment. And of course, finally, when we have great people on the Project 40 faculty, we have Jimi, Tewe, we have Niya Desonya, we have Dr. Linus Okore, we have Eladin Aruna, we have Ebu Kanichibi, we have Temi Ajibewe, we have Madame Merola, a whole lot of people on our faculty. And next month, we are going to have another very equally powerful speaker that will be impacting us greatly on this great journey to achieving greatness, okay? So please get excited. Then of course, I know a good number of us are watching us today from Accra in Ghana, from Botswana, from Kenya, from South Africa, from different parts of Africa. And we want our content to be as African as possible. Now, if in your country, you have a great thought leader, a great speaker like Jimi Tewe, and you feel the rest of us in Africa can benefit from this person, just please send us an email, info@project40hub.com. Recommend, just drop the person's name. We will do a research on the person, then we invite the person to be on our faculty, okay, so that we can have different views as much as possible. So whereby by this time next year will be so dangerous. Like I said, the day you discover your purpose, you become very dangerous, and your future is trapped inside of you. Your future is trapped inside of you. What this platform is going to do is to bring your future out of you, to unveil that great future that God has embedded in you, because what is within you is far bigger than what is around you. Because JT said something very striking. He said, when there is chaos, it's either you worry or you think. Okay, it's either you worry. And I've not seen any problem, any chaos that was settled as a result of being worried. So we need to start thinking. We need to start taking our knowledge base to the next level. So thank you all for being part of this historic section. It's the first edition of the Project 40 Knowledge Hub. I thank you all for staying with us to this very moment. This is a closing moment, and I encourage you, those of you that want to be part of the session coming up in Lagos and Abuja by Jimi Tewe, just drop us an email. Then of course, we will enroll you to be part of this session. I deeply, 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 deeply appreciate you, okay? And of course, somebody is asking if the WhatsApp link can be dropped on this platform. Okay, sure. We are going to wrap up by dropping the WhatsApp link on the platform before we leave, okay? And I just want to encourage you. I know most of you, there are a lot of questions you wish to ask Jimi. Not to worry, you've not missed any opportunity to asking those questions, okay? You've not missed any opportunity from asking those questions. All you need to do, send all your questions to the email address we provided already. Then of course, we'll be more than happy to share your context, your question with JT, and he'll be so super delighted, okay, to supporting you. So Abdulrazak, if you can hear me clearly, I've just dropped the link to the WhatsApp group to your personal WhatsApp. Please help me drop it on the chat bar so that people that want to join right away can, of course, join the WhatsApp group. It promises to be, this is not going to be one of those WhatsApp groups that people post all sorts of funny items. No, we are going to be very deliberate. We are going to be very deliberate, and we are going to be ensure that the main reason for setting up the WhatsApp group is never compromised. I know a good number of you don't even like to be on WhatsApp groups, but trust me, the Project 40 Knowledge of WhatsApp group is a different group entirely, okay? It's a different group entirely. And don't forget, great ideas. Those of you that have great ideas, I say to you, help is coming your way, because one of the things God has been able to bless us with, okay, is that we've been able to establish contact in different parts of the world, okay? We have been able to establish contact in different parts of the world, and Africa, our continent, currently is the most youthful continent in the world. Africa currently is the biggest business ecosystem in the world. If you are thinking of running out of Africa, I say to you, you need to start rethinking. Africa needs you to develop, and together we can develop our dear continent of Africa. Africa is our pride, and we cannot afford to abandon Africa, because our children will ask us, what did you do, okay, during your time? What did you do to creating a better continent, okay? Currently, I'm in a very unique part of Africa, and I said to myself, wow, I never knew this place can be this beautiful. You know, I thought it's all what I've been seeing on TV and so on. Most of you Africans, you've not even traveled out of your country yet. One of the things Project 40 is going to do for you is that we are going to take ourselves in mini retreats in different parts of our dear continent, okay? So the WhatsApp group has been the link has been dropped on the chat bar. I encourage you to please click on it and don't be left out, so that you can get those information in real time. And of course, we are building our online platform to the point whereby every one of you, you have your login details into your Project 40 back office, whereby we can easily match you up with the right mentor, because we all have different challenges. What is disturbing me right now might be different from what is disturbing you. And that's why we have a wide range of mentors that will be around to supporting us to achieving greatness. The day you discover your purpose, that day you become very, very, very dangerous. Let me leave you with these quotes that I need you to introspect and reflect upon. Okay, number one, your purpose is linked to your destiny. If you don't discover your purpose, it will be very difficult for you to achieve your destiny. Okay, so I want to encourage you, spend tonight, not tomorrow. Use tonight to do a lot of reflections. Okay, do a lot of reflection and ask and say to God, you know, JT said something, the God factor. Okay, if you are a Christian or a Muslim, just say to God tonight that, God, I need you to help me discover my real purpose, the real reason why you've created me, okay? Now, look at this. There is nothing more expensive than your name. There is nothing more expensive than your name. In your journey to achieving greatness, never compromise your biggest asset. Never compromise your biggest asset, which is your name. Your name is the most expensive factor. Don't ever compromise it, okay? No one knows a product like the manufacturer. No one knows a product like the manufacturer. Like JT rightly said, you're a product of God. God manufactured you. And no one will know you better than the way God knows you. So you've got to talk to God today, okay? If you have to cry to God, cry to God. Tell God that, God, you manufactured me, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm your product. And if I misbehave, I compromise your integrity, God. Please help me not to misbehave. Show me my real purpose, okay? Because God is interested in your success, okay? God is interested in your success. When you succeed, God is delighted, okay? But when you fail, it breaks God's heart, okay? So please make God proud by not just talking to him through your prayers, but by meditating, okay? Then of course, success in life is as a result of the decisions you've made. So your success in life is going to be as a result of the decisions you made, okay? I'm begging you right now, I'm pleading with you that you need to make a decision to be with this great community we are building today. And don't just stay with this community, invite your friends to. This is the whole aim of this community is to empower every member of this community, okay? Is to empower every member of this community with knowledge, with contact, with new set of relationships, okay? Because these are the things that will create that greatness. And finally, I said this earlier, your future is trapped within you. Your future is trapped within you. It's either you leave it trapped or you unleash it. I say to you today, and I challenge you with every thing I've got, you've got to unleash that future of yours, okay? You've got to say to yourself, I need to stop being an average entrepreneur. I need to stop being an average workplace professional. As a matter of fact, don't be satisfied by being above average. Be exceptional, be outstanding. Don't be one of the best, be the only one. Don't be one of the best, be the only one. Make yourself indispensable. Like JT said, knowledge creates relevance. Be relevant to your society, be relevant to your world. Let people sort for you, okay? And you'll be so surprised who you end up becoming. I remember when I was in primary school, my primary school teacher said to me that I was far below average. Okay, he didn't know me. Okay, he said I was far below average. Okay, he said that erroneously because he didn't even know who I was. Okay, I just wish he could see me right now and say, wow, I actually misjudged this boy because of his academic performance. Okay, for me, the day I discovered the power of self-education, okay, the power of reading, my life changed. And I want to encourage you, you'll be wasting your time in this community if you don't read. You need to read because we also want to tap into your knowledge, because one day we are going to invite you to this platform to impact us the way JT has impacted us. I just want to thank you so very much for this rare privilege. For me, I'm super excited. For me, this is the best day to be alive because all our lives is about to change. There is nothing as powerful as communal growth. There's nothing as powerful of friends that are succeeding together. Nobody, for me, I don't want anybody to be left behind. I don't want you to be left behind. And the only way you can be left behind is by you not taking action. It's about you going off this call today and just forget about everything JT has shared with us today. No, you've got to put everything to work. You've got to send an email, info@project40up.com, okay? You've got to join the WhatsApp group because on the WhatsApp group, that's when we can drop some new, thank you, Lottie. You've got to take action. Action is very key, okay? So because knowledge is not enough, it's apply the right application of knowledge that creates that impact, okay? So much for me to say, but I just have to go right now because I know tomorrow is Monday. You need to start your day, but trust me, I want you to step into that workplace tomorrow and let your colleagues see a visible change in you, okay? I want you to walk into that client's office tomorrow and let them say, wow, this is a different being entirely. This was not the Osaretin I saw on Friday. This was not the Gabriel that came to prospect me on Friday. This is a new Gabriel entirely. This is a new Akin entirely. So much we cannot achieve together. Trust me, the whole aim of Project 40 Knowledge Hub is for us to hold our hands together. Okay, for us to hold our hands together, and for us to do this effectively, we all need to be as light as possible so that we don't drag. When you are heavy, you are going to slow us down. We need us to be light. Okay, the battle is real. We need to fight the battle. Okay, and it is powerful when we all team up together to fight in this battle, because by the time we all become very successful, you know what's going to happen? Our society will become safer because we'll have created jobs. We have taken those boys from the streets. Okay, we'll have trained them. There is so much tied to Project 40. the word 40 is just a number, okay, because it is very important. Like I said in my documentary, if not watch that documentary, please go on YouTube, just search for Project 40 by Abioye. Please watch that documentary at least 5 times. Watch that documentary at least 5 times. Any society that has a large number of people in their 40s that are successful, trust me, that society is a stable society. Now, our governments in different parts of the continent, they are all overwhelmed. They need our support. Don't be one of those that complain. Okay, your government owe you nothing. Your family owe you nothing. You owe yourself that success. You need to leave a legacy. And I need us all that by the time we depart this life, okay, we still remain alive. We remain alive some people say, oh, I don't have a child. That means that when I die, my legacy is gone. Who says so that you need a child to leave your legacy going? It's not true. Okay. It's about the lives you've changed. It's about the impact you've made. So when you die, you remain alive. Okay. And that is what I want us to all achieve, for us to leave a legacy. And that's why I say to you that the growth matrix is very, very important. From tomorrow, you start receiving an email from Project 40 team, whereby we are going to give you, there's a survey you're going to carry out, and you cannot even lie in that survey, because we're also going to ask you for your books, for your bank statements, okay? We want to know your current financial state, because those are the things we are going to rate your growth, okay, to know whether you'll be eligible for one of those 40 young Africans that will be unveiled to the world as the next rated. And if you are one of those 40 young Africans that have grown, you know, financially, business-wise, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, and then by July 26, 2022, you'll see what's going to happen. There are lots of people that will seek you for business, and your life will change forever. So the competition begins officially today. Be one of those 40 people that will be awarded as the next rated young 40 Africans. There is so much, for me, our future is so bright together that it blinds me. It's so bright, I can see the light. It's so bright, okay? So we have to go now. Thank you so very much for being part of this historic event, okay? We'll be back again on the 26th of October. We'll be back again on the 26th of October with another fantastic guest. You'll be, like I said to you, we have great people on our faculty. We have Linus Okore. We have Niya Desoya. You know, we have Mr. Ogochukwu Emogo on the faculty. We have Ebuka Nichebe. There are a lot of people you're going to meet. And like I said to you earlier, if you are watching us outside of Nigeria, please recommend great thought leaders in your country that can join our faculty, so that we can have a real Pan-African knowledge base, whereby we can all become real Africans at the end of the day. Thank you so very much. Please, like I said earlier, all your inquiries should be sent to info@project40org.com. And of course, if you have any questions from today's session, please send us that email. And we are also going to send you a replay link. We'll drop the replay link on the WhatsApp group, and we'll also send the replay link to your WhatsApp, to your email addresses. Please share with as many people as possible, because when they know all this through you, you become invisible. They respect you, and guess what? You become more influential. Thank you so very much. My name is Abioye. I look forward to be back again by this time next month, and I'm sure I look forward to seeing a better you. Thank you all for all the comments on the chat. I really appreciate you, but we have to go now. God bless you, and I want to appreciate my team that have made this session very successful. Thank you so much, Abdurazak. Thank you, distinguished Chinyere. Thank you so much, Samuel, Akinola Samuel. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Progress. Thank you for all the people that back me up. Thank you for the team that always make me sound so intelligent. It's a result of the great people that are supporting me. Thank you so much, Gabriel. Very fantastic, young, intelligent guy. You know, and for me, I'm so delighted that I have all the support structure, and we all need that support. Everybody needs support to be great. All right. So thank you all for supporting today's session, and we look forward to bringing another fantastic edition of Project 40 Knowledge Up by October. Please don't show up alone next month. please try and drag minimum of 5 people along so that we can expand the frontier. Because your friends, the people around you, they need to be successful so that you can also have comfort. Just imagine all your friends are always asking you for money every day. You end up becoming poor, okay? But we need that money so that we can impact our society the more. Thank you so very much. And of course, bye-bye for now. God bless you, and please keep staying safe. Bye-bye.